And so it's a really exciting map. It's a lot of fun. Has a very kind of jungly type of vibe, very ocean vibe.
This isn't spring break material. This
is not a spring break party. There might be pirates here.
Oh God.
There are no pirates.
No pirates. No pirates. Just kidding. No pirates. But it is, Contraband was a really fun map to make. We really enjoyed capturing that kind of that old world vibe mixed with this new world kind of contraband under the radar sort of smuggling ring camped out here. So it's got a lot of underwater combat. Has really tight choke points on the bridge. This bridge is a central hot spot, especially in domination, trying to capture the B point. And that's kind of what this map is all about.
Yeah.
It also looks really good.
So pretty. And then next up, I believe this is the new one, Frequency.
Sure, we want to do the new one right away. All right, let's talk about Frequency.
Get into it.
Frequency is it's a very small, chaotic map. Actually, in development, we were calling it frenetic because it's one of those maps that you get a lot of fast-paced action. It's got a really great flow to it, constantly moving players around and colliding them into really great, intense head-on battles. But Frequency is it's based in Hunan province. It is a very large, complex listening station that our specialists have gone into assault, and it sort of has that a little bit of that kind of danger element to it. Where, if you remember, even we talked about Summit. That was one of the first maps that we did, where we added the risk of falling to your death. So you have to be careful in certain areas. This is another one of those maps that you have to be a little bit more careful when you move around the outside lateral paths. But the inside is a super tight choke point hotspot.
Yeah, large. You say large, so the complex is large. The map itself.
The map is tight. Yeah, this is
frenetic.
One of our smaller ones.
Yeah, it's intensely chaotic in the center.
Need to talk to our production team. I hope I'm getting this right, but I believe that this is the map that will feature the new mode Control on. Can you tell us a little bit about Control and how the mode works?
Yes, Control. So Control is a new game mode that we've introduced in this game. We've designed it with the goal from the beginning of really bringing out the best of the tactical gameplay that we have in this game, and kind of enhancing the roles that the specialists play in combat, where you can really, your team is going to work together whether they mean to or not. And that was one of our goals of this game, is that we wanted to introduce more teamwork without forcing it on players, let players kind of just play the game, enjoy it. We've talked about, we had this kind of philosophy of what's in it for me. Like, I want to help my team, but I want to make sure that I'm doing awesome myself. So every single mechanic that we designed is really designed to cater to our Call of Duty style of player, while also introducing teamwork, whether active or passive. And this mode is really built to bring that out.
With a shared, pool of lives, right? So there's an example of how you can, what's in it for me? Well, I shouldn't die, but then by not dying, I also, right, can help my team win. So those are how you get players shared goals, right, without forcing the shared goals, because it's bad for you to do that. It's bad for your team to do that, right, towards the end. So the way that this mode resolves can be quite intense. There's nothing like throwing yourselves on an objective at the same time you're trying to not die, right? So these are good examples of how you sort of can bring the teamwork out. We really talk about it in terms of bring the tactical play out of the game, and you will help yourself by helping a teammate. That's the what's in it for me kind of thing. But that might also show you that Dan is maybe not a team player.
Throwing yourself on an objective without dying.
Yeah.
Sounds like game development.
That's what I do. Wins.
It's intense. It's a great mode.
Wins before KD.
Fans love it.
Wins before KD.
All right, Seaside. That is another map that we will have on the show.
Seaside is a coastal kind of old world town in the coastline of Spain that's been built. It was the site of a demonstration that kind of went awry. Government forces had to come in, so you see lots of big tanks have come in and barreled through walls. This is one of the first maps that we built on this game.
We are still playing it forever, just like every game we make.
But it's a lot of fun. I mean, this map has a big kind of open courtyard in the middle with sniper overwatch positions that
Can you explain to me how the tank got in there? Because I'm still trying to figure that out.
You'll never know. It just busted through the wall and kept going. So that central courtyard is a site of some very intense battles. It has great sniper positions up there. while at the same time having a lot of tight, choky kind of flows around the outside. So if you want to take, for example, take the path of the wine cellar, it's going to be kind of a windy path, lots of cover, lots of sort of kind of in and out positions that are fun to just fight close range combat with.
I do appreciate that the pastries and wine were left untouched. So that's
Priorities.
Priorities are straight.
Treyarch has a
It's
history
important
of running tanks through that particular structure, those types of structures.
Last but not least, Payload.
Payload. Payload is an ICBM facility, a missile defense station that's built deep into the mountains of Iceland.
Nice.
Yeah, that was
Going through the bullet hole thing. I think you're stealing the blackout stuff right there.
So you'll see
Thanks, Tom.
these kind of like these large missile silos built into the mountain. You're going to play in and around one, so that's kind of the hook of this map. You're playing through one of these missile silos around one of the big missiles that's taken apart. You can actually fight in and through it. So it has some really kind of tight head-to-head spaces. The way that the lanes connect up in this map are very different from how we traditionally do, and that leads to some new kind of strategic opportunities for how you might attack the center. That center spot, again, is a very intense hot spot, but we also have some really tight paths that we've put, for example, some hardpoint objectives on that are really hard to hold down. And so, we want to do these kind of twists on the game modes to give players new experiences in how they capture and hold an objective, and this is no different.
It's fun to see the maps again. Usually in early development, I'll play these maps, but then I'm on to the next set of maps. Wow, they get arted up like this, right? So it's like, whoa, that's awesome to see some of the work that the hardworking men and women of Treyarch Art Department has done to make this thing look the way that it looked.